Take up the book. Pick up the book. What is a shadow? No, not that shadow. I have for Kasani, and that's the person I keep referring to that assists him at school. She goes there with him and she assists him with his tasks and bathroom duties, feeding duties, etc. No, the shadow is not an entitlement. In a nutshell, if you feel that your child needs a shadow, it's the ministry's job to assess the situation, and then they will choose if you really need a shadow. But in short of it, what the shadow does is if she helps or he helps to facilitate the learning. All right? And it helps to keep your child safe. Okay, so what the shadow does is he or she helps to facilitate the learning process and helps to keep your child in a safe and secure environment. All right, so if you think that your child needs a shadow, I'm going to give you the steps that you need to do or the steps that you need to take to see if you qualify for this shadow. So your shadow will assist the class teacher in helping to meet the needs of your child. They assist and monitors the student during PE, devotion, teaching and learning process and projects and stuff like that. They also give them support during lunchtime, recess, if they're going on a field trip, during playtime, to access maybe the library or the computer room. And they will escort your child, especially if they have to use a mobility device. They assist the child in getting from one place to another. They also assist with the general hygiene because some kids have difficulty with the use of maybe their limbs, their hands or their feet. So they may need help to wash hands and stuff like that, use the toilet and all of those things. And they also collaborate with the parent in meeting the needs of that child. So those are some of the things that the shadow is responsible for. The steps involved in applying for the shadow. First, you may need to visit the Ministry of Education regional office in your parish or closest to where you live. We're in St. Anne, so we're in Region 3. So you visit the regional office and you ask to speak to the Special Needs Education Officer. And she or he will make arrangements for you to complete the application form and all the documents that you may need for your child, all your assessment documents that you may have, birth certificate, a photograph. You may need to bring along all of those things, and she'll have a meeting with you, he or she, depending. Step 2. Once you've completed your application form, it is your job to start looking for persons who you may think are suitable enough to take care of your child or you trust enough to be around your child. So take your time. You don't know if you'll be accepted, but take your time and go through. Try to find someone or persons that you trust. The job is not one that requires professional qualification, so you also have to keep that in mind. It's a minimum wage paid job, so keep that in mind as you search for somebody suitable. I'd suggest looking in the early childhood region. There are a lot of people there, or persons there who are trained to deal with children, especially in early childhood sector, and so you may find somebody suitable there, but it's your job to find that shadow. Shadows are granted based on the need of the child. So once they assess your application form, you'll be granted that shadow based on needs assessment, all right? And the shadow lasts for 1 academic year. So at the end of the year, you will have to apply for it. If you think you need it and if they feel that you still need it, then you will be granted the shadow. If you're successful in getting your shadow, you'll be informed. So you will get a phone call, you will get an email, and they will give you all the guidelines, all the things that you need, and all the things that your shadow needs. So that's the reason why you should have been looking for your shadow and the person that you thought was suitable. So as soon as you get this email, you can move right into it and you don't waste any time in getting that support that your child needs. Keep in mind that the shadow is a temporary contract worker, all right? And also bear in mind that the person that you choose will be looking after your child for the entire academic year. So you have to be careful in who you choose. You can't pick somebody that may end up having to leave your child. Children, depending on the disability of your child, some children don't respond well to changes. So keep in mind that you need to choose your shadow carefully so you can have that person with your child for the entire academic year. And last but not least, maintain a good relationship and contact with your education officer, with your special needs education officer. She's there to guide you, she's there to assist you with any sort of problems that you may have. Keep in contact with him or her, it's important. And try to build a relationship. Try to join groups with other special needs mom. Support is very important, and it is good for our mental health as special needs parents. So with that being said, if you think you need a shadow for the upcoming academic year, go right ahead and visit the Ministry of Education office, regional office, and go ahead and apply for a shadow. Kasani has been doing great. She has been helping him. He's doing well socially, and he's coming along academically as well. So I think you have nothing to lose. Go ahead and apply. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any questions, you can post them down below. You can send them to my email, or you can visit my Instagram or my TikTok page. Until next time.